Morning, motherfuckers. I'm Tom Fury, and this is Zero News. I just realised you can't say it in the first 30 seconds. Okay, I hope everybody is really good this morning. I hope you're all very, very, very well. I have a couple of things to say. In which order am I going to do them? Let's have a think, shall we, on your time? Okay, let's get this bit out of the way first. In terms of me, myself, and I. And that's very much what things are going to come down to in the future. I've been very much a loyal person over the years, and I try and keep myself to myself. I try not to cause trouble. People put me in WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups. I leave them all because of the dramas. I literally do. I try and be diplomat. I try to be mediator. I try and do all those things, but it takes time away from making videos and that. And what I've realised is some people are just intent set on drama. Now, even as I say this, people will think I'm talking about them, and that's the point with this movement, is the ego is so high that when you say what I'm talking, when I'm talking about generally, there'll be certain people that'll think, oh, that's me. They can think that, but that shows the ego problem that we have. So what I want to say is, I told you a long time ago, years ago, I can be a heel. I can be the bad guy and still get the activism done. I told you years ago that boos and cheers are the same thing to me if it means I'm getting interaction, getting the activism done, getting the work done. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about the average watcher out there, because the average watcher is very supportive, very, very cool. I'm talking about people that want to come over and bring drama over here, because I noticed yesterday there was drama going on, which people try to bring over my channel. In future, if you come over to my channel and you demand answers about things that I'm not even aware of that are going on, you're going to get told to fuck yourself, and then you'll be removed. Or you'll be removed and told to fuck yourself. Whichever order, it doesn't bother me. If you're another creator and you want drama, you'll be in a room by yourself doing that drama. I don't give a fuck. I'm keeping myself to myself. I'm going to keep going down the road I'm going down because I want to get the shit done that I need to get done, and people have been distracting me from that. What I will also say is this. You've seen the nice side of me. You've never seen the horrible side of me. And I fucking hope you don't have to. Because from now on, me, myself, and I, and this country, and the people that support me, anybody, again, I'm not going for anybody, right? Because I'm still that nice guy that doesn't want to hurt anybody. But anybody comes from my channel, or anybody on my channel, anybody tries to take anybody down that I care about, anybody tries to stop free speech on my channel, I will go through you. I will make it, and if my channel does go down, every single fucking second I put into activism, I'll put into ruining your fucking lives. So let me do my thing, and I'll let everybody else do theirs. And again, certain people will think I'm talking about them. Just be careful with putting yourself in that spot. It applies to anybody who wants to hurt me, or hurt the people on my channel, or hurt the people I care about. That's who it applies to. Fuck with me and you'll see a different fucking side of me. Fuck you, yeah? I will run through you. And I'll make it my life's fucking work to ruin you. So get out my fucking way. Now we can move on. And again, I don't like being like that. I don't want to be the horrible person. But I told people years ago I could do this the easy way, the hard way. I don't mind. I intend to be as friendly as I've always have been. But the moment people fuck with me, I'll go through them. Because I need to get to the other side, because we need to get this country sorted. So if you stand in front of me with the intention of making drama, I will go through you. I will not even consider hitting the brakes. Just so we're clear. Now, and I'm sorry about that. I really don't like being like that. But there are a lot of people, probably a lot of people, most of you, even some of the creators won't have heard names of, up to creators, people all over the place, from all different angles, that need to just understand, that I've changed. I've done the nice guy act. It's fucking done. Right. So, Mr. Starmer. So bear in mind we've had a Russian shadow fleet of planes and what do you call it, and navy and stuff like that, shattering our fleets for years, yeah, and stepping into our waters, just sort of trying to wind us up. We do the same thing to the Russians, by the way. That doesn't get reported. But basically, we're playing chicken with each other all the time. And a lot of the time, it's really to gauge response times. A lot of the time, it's really to try and intimidate each other. But really, they're also gauging each other's response times and stuff like that, noticing if there's any drop, things like that. Yeah. So it's been going on for absolutely years. But as we know, Starmer's desperate to drag us into a war, even though we've got no weapons, no navy to speak of, no massive army to speak of, no real defence to speak of, and we're right on the front that would get us absolutely annihilated first. Yeah, so we've got no real defence, and Starmer's been absolutely desperate to drag us into a war that could very easily turn into a world war. Maybe it already is a world war, I don't really know, but it is turning that way. It's not total war yet. And we're a little island with virtually no defences. We've let our military go and our navy go and everything else. We're not the power we were, not even close. So why would you drag us into a war that we can't fight? And he's told people that your kids, the next generation, is going to have to give up their life, basically. Prepare your children, he's told you. And he is now authorising the boarding of Russian Shadow Fleet ships in UK waters. Now, before you say anything, I know that if they're in UK waters, technically we do have the right. But as I said, this has been going on for years. Normally the British fleet would go and shadow them back, and then the Russians would leave the waters, is my point. Yeah? What they're doing now is an act of aggression. They're trying to up the stakes. He's trying to up the stakes. Now, again, let's ask the question that I don't know the answer to. For who? We can't fight a war. So who is he doing this for? He's not doing this for Britain, because Britain can't fight a war. We would lose it in a day. Not because our armed forces are shit, but because they've been depleted. They've been completely stripped out. Not because we're shit as a fighting force, because we don't have enough people. We don't have enough weapons. We don't have enough anything. And he keeps dragging us further and further into wars. Whilst, don't forget, he pissed on every peace deal going. He pissed on every chance of a peace deal. He didn't want peace. Him and Europe didn't want peace. Why? Europe was set up, supposedly, to stop war. And yet, Europe and Britain did not want that war to stop, regardless of what Trump or anybody else wanted. They did not want that war to stop. Why? Who benefits from that? Because it ain't us. So who is Starmer trying to get us into a war for? It's not Ukraine. It's not Ukraine. So who is it for? Answers on a postcard, because I truly don't know. But it can't be for the British people, because we literally will lose. I'll tell you what worries me most. Over the years, I've been looking, and I don't know if these are Christians. I think they're Christians, but like fundamentalists or something. But I don't know. Over the years on YouTube, you keep seeing this thing about the chosen ones. Yeah. When you think about Jerusalem being part of this as well, which that's a holy place to every religion nearly. What worries me is that people were determined that this century they were going to get their apocalypse. If you look over the internet, you see so many people calling themselves the chosen ones, right? Now these people will filter into governments and all sorts. If you're calling yourself the chosen ones, and again, maybe some of you out there know who this refers to. Is this Catholic? Is this Christian? I have no idea. They seem like Christian fundamentalists, but there's loads of them. And they've been talking about the last, I don't know, as long as I've been watching, about the end of the world coming, but they will all survive because they're all the chosen ones, and we'll all fucking die and go to hell. And there have been people since the turn of the century trying to make this happen. Like normal American people, normal British, like normal people, or I say normal people you would consider normal, not from an extreme background or whatever, but no, they are extreme religious zealots, and they think that the apocalypse should happen this century. It will happen this century, especially the first half of the century, because that then matches up to prophecies and stuff like that, which they love to make self-fulfilling prophecies. And so there's so many people that want an apocalypse and everything else. That's why I see a World War III being possible. But not because of whether we have or haven't learned the mistakes of the past, because there's people out there who actively want the human race to be wiped out, or a war to wipe most of us out. Again, because they believe they're the chosen ones. What the fuck? And there's more and more adverts on YouTube for these chosen ones. And the more adverts I see, the more I think, what do these people all know? What are they dragging us into? They're going to get people killed. Defenseless people, by the way. We are pretty much defenseless at the moment. Defenseless people killed. And he's telling you you're going to have to give up your children. For what? For what exactly? In which way are we in danger? In which way is any of our partners in danger from any military force at the moment? They're not. They're not. He's pulling us into a war we've got no business into. And let's just take a look at the comments, because I didn't think to look at the comments, but I should have done, shouldn't I? Pretending he's not a coward when he's truly terrified. Now he can do this, which is board Russian military vehicles, but he can't stop dinghies coming from France. That's the second comment on there. Brussels, von der Leyen and Starmer are a bigger threat to Europe than Russia and Iran. That's the third comment. I'm not missing any out. Starmer is asking for trouble and Russia will give him more than Starmer can handle. That's the problem. Right, Russia have already told us how they'll take us out. They've already told us how easy it would be. And even with their depleted military, it's not something we would want. What about somebody else? What about intercepting rubber boats carrying illegal immigrants? And then somebody else, because they're talking, again, remember, they're talking about boarding military vessels. Somebody else said, with what? And he's right. What we're going to use? The dinghies we've stolen off the migrants to go and board the military vessels. Because that's what it's going to come to with the amount of actual serviceable boats we've got. I think half of them are out of service at the moment. It's all talk. The UK will do nothing. There you go. They have no military, as it proved with Iran when they attacked Cyprus. So embarrassing for the UK. What a weak, pathetic country. I hate someone saying that about us. But it's true at the moment. Our military is not... We're not weak in terms of... Our military is fucking brilliant. And people like that hate us for it. But it's too small. Way too small. And somebody else sets a terrible precedent. Yeah, and this is the thing, it's setting precedents. As I said, if this was a new thing that just happened, and don't get wrong, he does technically have the right, but if this is a new thing that's just happened, you can understand it a bit more. Because it'd be maybe considered a provocation. These provocations go both ways every single day of the week. It's only now he's deciding to do something about it, meaning he's trying to escalate something. And then somebody else, how is Starmer going to manage that from a former blockade with discarded channel crossing dinghies from the beach? There you go. International waters, so you become pirates. International law is a joke. All just words, nothing will be done. Oh, wow, what a brilliant leader following others. No change there. Then not one positive comment. What happens once a ship is detained? Or is it important that Starmer just says intercept? That's another good point, actually. That's another good point, because it's about keeping up appearances. Oh, we intercepted 5 boats this week and then ran away from them before they shot us. That could happen. There's someone else saying, haha, Kiev, Starmer is a fool. Good luck. I wasn't very... Jesus Christ. Someone said, imagine if Britain was in charge of the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah. I don't know what exactly. Well, let's not think about the Suez Canal, right? God, how he lies to the media. He has even finished the military budget. He hasn't even finished the military budget yet. There's no intention of funding it until 2030. The UK has just borrowed a German ship. That's a good comment. And this is the thing. We're not ready to fight a war. We're not even close to ready to fight a war with anybody. Fuck me, I doubt we could fight a war with Estonia at the moment. Steve, don't pull me up on that, I'm joking. But yeah, it's crazy. So, and as somebody else put, this is very vague, and it is. It's posturing, but it's posturing that if he carries on and he keeps escalating it, somebody's going to fire back. And that's what he wants. You've got to ask yourself, who is he doing this for? He's not doing it for the British people. So who is he doing this for? Seriously. Europe? Israel? Saudi Arabia? It ain't Britain. Tom Fury's here in news. Comment day for now.